Hi there. In this video, we're going to be updating our browser language settings and see the impact that it has on Power Fx. But as we're new to Power Fx, we're going to discuss what is Power Fx. We'll look at the use of Power Fx formulas in Power Platform and the impact of your browser language settings on the way in which the language is written. I'll then go on to a demonstration of how to update your browser language settings in both Edge and in Chrome. Power Fx is a low-code language that you can see across the Power Platform. It's written in a way that's similar to Excel formulas, and in some cases it's exactly the same. You'll find it in two key areas: within Canvas apps, where you're changing the properties of the objects that you have inside your app, and you'll also find it in Dataverse formula fields. The language settings that you have within your browser have an effect on the way in which Power Fx is written. Most of the world will see it in a standard setting, whilst Central European and Latin American countries will see it in a slightly different way. Broadly speaking, if you use a comma to separate your thousands, you'll use the rest of the world or standard syntax. And if you use a dot or a period to separate your thousands, then you'll be using the Central European and Latin American syntax. And we'll see later on that these are dependent on your browser settings, and we can change these. In the images on the right hand side, we can see a formula. The standard syntax says navigate, checkout screen, comma, fade, and then there's a separator so that we have a new statement, which is new form, checkout form. With the alternate syntax, the comma becomes a semicolon, and the semicolon becomes two semicolons. The Power Fx formulas in this course have been written using the standard syntax. And if you wish to follow along with the course in the way that it has been prepared, then you'd need to change your browser settings. Let's move to a demonstration to see how we change those both within Edge and within Chrome. I'm in make.powerapps.com. I'm inside an app that I've previously been working on. I can see that the syntax on the screen is using the standard syntax. So let's change it within Edge. Go up to the settings, select the settings, search for language, I'm moving out of the English language. I'm going to choose a French language. Add language, French, and then add. Select on this, and I'm going to display Microsoft Edge in this language. I need to restart the browser in order for this to take effect. I'm selected on the same button I was previously selected on, and the formula language has changed. And I haven't had to do anything for this to take place. My argument separator is now a semicolon, but if I was to try and use a comma, like in the standard language, that would be incorrect. It needs to be a semicolon. Similarly, before we had a single semicolon to separate the arguments, but that's also not correct. It is a double semicolon, and that is the correct syntax. In order to change this back, I would need to select on the three dots and then move to the settings and move it back into the English language. This time we're looking at an app inside Google Chrome. We can see we're using the standard formatting, and if we wish to change that, we can go to the three dots on the top right hand side, and then we can go to the settings, select languages, and you can add a language, or I already have French here. I can select that and then display Google Chrome in this language and then relaunch. You'll be prompted to save any changes, and then when Google relaunches, it will be displayed in the chosen language. In this lesson, we've touched for the very first time on Power Fx, and we've seen how when we update our browser language settings, it has an impact on the way in which the language is written. This has its greatest effects when working using Canvas apps, but also comes into play when creating formula columns in Dataverse. I'll see you in the next lesson.